Hello friends, welcome back again to the channel. I hope everyone is safe. In today's video, I will be talking about some practical questions about workforce management which are generally asked during the interviews. And if you are able to handle these questions, I'm sure that you can definitely impress the interviewer. I would request you, if you like the video, please subscribe and share for more. So now let's start with the video. So friends, you can see that on my screen, I have put it down one question here, which says that if the required head count is 95 and the scheduled head count is 103, so on the basis of that numbers, what would be the schedule inflexibility? First of all, we need to understand that what is schedule inflexibility. So the schedule inflexibility is a measure of how much the scheduled head count exceeds the required head count, indicating potential overstaffing. So it means that if I just want to schedule 10 agents as per the requirement and I have scheduled more agents than the required. So now first of all we have to understand that what is schedule inflexibility. So it says that if the requirement of the agent is 10 agents but I have scheduled 15 agents, so that would be kind of potential overstaffing, and that can happen due to overlapping of the shift when different shifts come in. So to overcome that scenario, we need to be very careful about the staffing, about scheduling agents in the call center or in a company, to make sure that we have the right number of resources or the agents available throughout the shift. It could be any time in the morning, evening or afternoon. So all the agents should have to be there as per the forecast that has been done while predicting for the future forecast. Now to calculate what would be the schedule inflexibility here, so we have to understand that the formula of schedule inflexibility, that would be your scheduled, let me just quickly put it down here, scheduled head count minus your required head count. Okay, required head count, and then divided by your required head count. So that would be the formula we would be having for the schedule inflexibility, and then multiplied by your 100. Let's simply calculate this formula with the help of components what we have in this. So the scheduled head count, we can see that scheduled head count is 103 minus required head count is 95, bracket we have to use, and then divided by your required head count, that is your 95, and then multiplied by 100. The moment you hit the enter, you would be having the answer and you would be having the scheduled inflexibility with the help of the components which we have. I hope that is clear. In case of any doubt, you can just let me know. Now let's go to the second question what we have for this video. Okay, so now the second question we have, if the call center has 80 agents scheduled for full day for 8 hours and the salary per hour is $11.42, what will be the cost if the IT downtime is for 5% of the entire shift? So first of all, we have to understand the concept of questions, what question is trying to tell. So here the question is that we have 80 agents scheduled and we have scheduled hour is 8 hours for one agent, and the salary for one agent per hour is 11.42. Due to any XYZ reason, we have IT downtime. So we have to find out what will be the cost if the IT downtime is 5% of the entire shift. So to calculate that, we have to simply follow this scenario what I have just written down here. So to calculate the cost of IT downtime for a call center, you will need to consider the percentage of the shift affected by downtime and the fully loaded salary per hour. So the calculation would be here. First of all, we have to determine the number of hours impacted by IT downtime, and we know that we have the total shift hour is 8. number of agent also we have, which is 80. So on the basis of that, we can simply find out what would be the total number of hours. So that would be your total shift hours multiplied by your number of agents. So that would be your 640 hours. And on the basis of that, we can just simply find out what would be the IT downtime, right? If we have 5%. So simply calculate the 5% of total number of hours. That would be your 640 multiplied by 5%. That would be your 32 hours. So let me just put it down here. So these 32 hours are 5% of total number of hours, which we have 640 hours. So these are the total number of hours we have calculated by multiplying total shift hours and the number of agent. And in the question it was stated that we had 5% of IT downtime of the full or total number of hours. So the 5% of 640 would be your 32 hours. I hope this is clear till now. Now the next step would be, question here is what would be what. So the next we have to understand that what will be the cost if the IT downtime is 5%. So now we have calculated the IT downtime 5% of the entire shift, and now we have to find out what will be the cost. So to simply find out the cost of this, we have all the components what we require to find what would be the cost of IT downtime. And we know that fully loaded salary per hour is, which I have put it down here, is 11.42, right? So 11.42 would be your salary per hour, and on the basis of that we can simply calculate what would be the cost of IT downtime. If anybody knows that how we can just find out, you can simply mention in the comments section also. So quickly find it out here. So we have, let me just put it down here, IT downtime, which is 32 hours. So on the basis of this calculation, we would be having the simple scenario here, how we can just simply find out what could be the correct answer of this questions. So 32 hours we have, and the total number of cost, what would be happening, that would be your multiplication of 32 hours multiplied by 11.42. So now you can see that this 365.44 would be the cost of IT downtime. So I hope you like the video. Please subscribe and share for more.